Hello everybody, Chaos here and welcome to a new series on my channel. I'm going to start a Football Manager 2019 series based on a unemployed manager. So the only two rules I've set myself is I'm going to start the game unemployed and we are going to find our own club, and any job that I am offered at a bigger club I must take. So it's going to be a journeyman career. It should keep everyone interested. I'm going to ask you guys to obviously help me choose the club that I'm playing at, the tactics we select, any transfers that we make, offers that we get for our players from other clubs, and we're hopefully going to play this on a perhaps 5 match per video depending on transfer dealings and things in between. So just give you a bit of a background on Football Manager before we load up the new game. I'll just show you my current single player offline career that I play just in myself, because obviously I'm a Barnsley fan, so this is my game that I've started up myself, that I'll obviously be playing behind the scenes, but you can have a look. The game is so in depth with everything. There's the squad, the condition, the match sharpness which the players will get through playing more games. It'll deteriorate if you're not playing. You've got big tactics screens, you can set up your own tactics. You can obviously use preset ones, your own philosophies. There's team reports that you get from your assistants. You've got all of the staff from the behind the scenes, the coaches, the physios. These are all broken down into these. These will give you reports on players, reports on other teams that you're coming up against. You've got all of your training, so you can set up training regimes. I'll leave a lot to this to the backroom staff because it's just a little bit too much for me. The game itself is something that I like to play the game, I like to do the signings, I like to play the matches, but I don't like to mess around with all of this behind the scenes stuff. For a lot of the tech-minded people and the people who like to be really hands-on, it is really good though. You can see your under-23s team and you can see your under-18s. You'll also get, at one point in the season, your youth candidates, which will be, every year you get a group of youth players that come in for trials. So you get to have a look at those and decide if you want to keep any of them or let them go, or sometimes keep all of them. So what we'll do as we go along, I'll explain things. If people's got questions, you can leave them in the comment section and I'll answer as much as I possibly can, and we'll play through it all together. So first things first, when it lets me go back to the start screen, we will start a brand new career. We will start, as I said, unemployed, so we're going to have no manager. There's no I've got no rules on where we manage, so it's just a case of we start with no job, we apply for anything that's available and see who takes us. It's up to you guys whether I take the first job that's offered or if you want to have a look and take a pick. So this video is probably going to be a lot shorter than most because I'm just getting things set up. I don't want to just start a new club without you guys having any input first. So we will offer fun around the National League and above, and I always start with a large database so you've got more selection of players. We'll want the Vanarama National League North and South just to give us that little bit more scope for getting a club. Same as we'll go for German 3rd Division. I don't particularly want the Irish League. What I will do is stick in the French leagues and Scotland, and we will have every nation from the lowest league available to us. It's about 44,500. I usually try to aim for around about 50,000 player mark, which usually gives you a good database to play for. I've turned off attribute masking. All that is, it hides key attributes for certain players, which means you've got to do more scouting. But I like to be able to just go into a player, see the attributes of the guy that I'm trying to sign, and decide there and then whether I want to buy him or not have to do weeks and weeks and weeks worth of scouting. It's just me being me. I want to be able to sign players quickly, and for the series point of view, that will be better as well, because I can show you the guys I'm looking at, potential signings, and you can all then give me your input on who you think I should sign. If the attributes are masked, you're not be able to see these things, you're not be able to make any decisions until the scout reports come back. So it speeds things up for the purpose of this series. One thing I will still do scout reports, just because it compares the players you're looking at to the players you've currently got in your squad, so then I can narrow down whether the players are better than what I've currently got. I mean, I'm not going to go out and sign a goalkeeper that's worse than the one I've currently got. It's not how football works. It's just silly, really. So we'll keep going that way. And here we are at the profile screen. So as you can see, I've already got a bit of a profile set up for my previous game. I don't want to use this because I want to turn this coaching qualification and player experience to a different setting. So we'll start a new profile. Keep my name, obviously. Favourite club, I'm a Barca fan, like I said, so we'll keep that in place. I am experienced, I've played a lot of this, so we shall set this up how I like it. The assistant can do the training. I like to play with my own transfers and my own contracts, so I decide who we sign, who we give new contracts to. I also like to decide on the staff as well, so every so often I'll go looking for new coaches, new physios, etc. I like to do that myself. I don't like to mess around with the opposition instructions, leave that to my assistant. And the tunnel interviews, I'll deal with the press conference before games myself, because that can give your players either a confidence boost or it can knock their confidence, so we'll leave that on manual. Appearance wise, let's just do a random face. So 7's my lucky number, I'll pick the 7th random face. So that's us. And I will be a tracksuit manager. Not that one, though, it looks a bit podgy. He's wearing leggings. Let's go for that one. So that's us. So as I said, this is what we had before. So for my personal career, I set these as high as possible. It just it makes it easier to sign players. It makes your reputation slightly higher with clubs. It's a bit cheeky, but it's just how I like to play on my own. With this one, I'm going to leave these based on the division that we're with. So this will change. These are all low attributes which will go up as we manage and as we build his career, but it means that we're likely just to get offered sort of very lower league clubs to begin with. I shall save this as YouTube series so that I don't play it without you all. Okay, saving out of the way, this is now our current home screen. We have obviously the job centre. In the middle here you can see the available jobs. Probably not going to get that job. We can apply for it just for the laugh. This will show you clubs where the managers are at risk. So that's obviously empty at the moment because the season's not started, but as we get further into the game that will become more and more, it'll become a bigger list. One optional rule I did want to ask for your input on was I was thinking of, at the end of each season, we apply for at least one new job. Now I don't know if that will mean we're changing clubs too much and you might want me to stay where I am and trying to progress that team. So I'll leave that out there for you. If you'd like me to chuck that rule in, just let me know in the comments down below and I'll throw that in for next time. If not, we'll stick with the current club and just go with the other rule of we're taking any job that we're offered by a bigger club. Which, what I mean by that is, if we're 10th in the league and I get offered a job at the club that's in 6th in the same league, I will take it because technically they're higher up at the time. So we could be moving quite a lot. It will keep the series more interesting because we'll be changing and things will be a lot more fluid. So moving into the job centre. These are the current vacancies. it also tells you the leading candidates for the people who have already applied, you know, like the bookies do when somebody gets sacked, and there's always, oh, so and so is going to be the next manager of Newcastle, for example. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to apply for all of these jobs. I'm not going to apply for Real Madrid, that's just silly. I will apply for everything from Albion Rovers down to Macclesfield, and then we'll go a few days, see if I get offered anything, and then I'll stop the video there, let you guys decide whether we take the first job that's offered or whether we wait for another club. Right, so there you can see I've applied for every job except the Real Madrid, because we're not going to get that. And do you know what, just for comedy value, let's apply. We're not going to get that job. I did say let's have a vote on who we go for, but I think it might actually be better for the series if we just take the first job that we're offered. That way we can get started rather than waiting about too much. So I've got emails to say that my job applications have been received. So I'm going to do, I'll move on, and then I'll come back to you as soon as we get offered a job. And we're back. So as you can see, we've been offered an interview for the Braintree job. We were unsuccessful with Macclesfield and Collo, I don't even know about Fortuna, we'll call him Fortuna. Unsurprisingly, we didn't get the Real Madrid job either, and just above you can see the email to tell us that we didn't get the Eastleigh job. So what we'll do is, we'll go through the interview process. Hi, hello Dave, we've invited you along today so we can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations for us to consider should we decide to hire you. Glad you've given me the chance to. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? So you've got to be really careful with your options here, because obviously I have applied for a lot of jobs, so I don't want to look like I'm just throwing away around. So what I'll do is I will go for considering my options. The club is looking to hire a manager comfortable working with limited resources. So what you tend to see with Football Manager is you'll have a really silly answer at the bottom, a very neutral answer at the middle, and then a very positive sort of this is what we want to hear kind of answer at the top. So what we'll go for is I'll be able to look after the club's finances if given the job. If they've not got any money to spend, it's going to be easy. You can't really overspend here, can you? So we understand the importance of having the right backroom staff in place when a manager moves to a new club, so we're willing to allow you to request any changes. Now the backroom staff is a whole different ball game, so what I would like is not to take any changes. So for now, the staff that's in place will be the staff that's there when I take charge. Any philosophies? One of the big things I like in football is developing youth players. But they seem opposed to that, which is a shame. As a team in the National League, I can't see us signing high profile. I like to be allowed to develop younger players and bring them through the academy. So rather than signing young players, I'm going to be developing our own. No other philosophies. If I we would expect you to battle to avoid relegation. Given the job, I feel confident that I can do slightly better. Let's not put ourselves in the deep end here, let's just agree to meet what we want. I don't want to promise more than I can get. If you have anything to request for us to consider, should we decide to hire you? Now, let's not be looking at building new stadiums or increasing the capacity. I don't think we're going to be doing anything in the trade facilities or the youth coaching. Maybe set up a parent club, that way we can get players in on the loan. Good. Feel there's no need for the parent club, and therefore unwilling. Okay. I'm not going to tell them that I'm not taking the job because they're not taking it, so let's just leave it at that and leave it for there. That's the interview process done, which will continue and see where we go from there. So we're a few more game days in, we've not had anything back from Braintree yet. Real Madrid and Macclesfield and Fortuna have all hired new managers. but I have been offered a chance to interview at Albion Rovers as well. So now going down the interview stage. Obviously it'll all be the same as Braintree, so we'll go through the normal stuff, considering my options. Apply to company with our last manager much sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? So they're not shy of sacking a manager then. They sound a bit like Leeds. It's my intention to commit to a long and successful career with this club. Not particularly, considering one of my rules is if we get offered a better club we'll leave. I want short-term success, and I don't want short-term success. I don't care about previous managers, I want to focus on what I can bring to the table. Let's go for that one. Club is looking to hire a manager comfortable working with limited resources. They don't like to sign high-profile players, so what we can do is large number of youngsters, and developers of youth. Expectations will be to avoid automatic relegation, as opposed to players relegation. Is that a thing? I think I can meet that expectation. What about parent club for these? They don't agree with it either, so let's leave that. For now, no further requests, and moving on to the next day. So, disappointing news, we've not got the Braintree job. They've actually appointed Jimmy Bullard. It looks like there's a vacancy on Soccer A and we could potentially apply for. We've got another interview at unemployed. So let's have a look at this one. Same usual stuff, considering my options. I want to emulate the best long-term successful managers. So we value longevity at this club, and recent history shows we are prepared to give the right manager a long time to get it right. Are you prepared to do a long-term commitment? Shouldn't try to compare managers across non-individual merits. I want to emulate the best long-term successful managers and want to be as referred as they are. Let's go for that one. We might get her a job. Let's just tell her that it's important. Look after the finances. They don't like to develop players using the youth system, and they don't like to try to sign young players in. Aren't they in favour of finance as that? So that could be good for us. If they want the top half finish. What do you think? A proposed transfer budget of 2k. Well, that's more than the other two clubs have given us. I think the proposed transfer budget is realistic. Proposed wage of £4,500 a week. I'd be happy with that too. What about parent club? They don't agree with that. People don't really want parent clubs here. No further requests. And moving on. And we're here. We've finally been offered a job. So, unfortunately, it's not the unemployed job where they've offered us 2k to spend. 2k? You build a huge new team for 2k. But anyway, we've been offered a job in Scotland with Albion Rovers. £500 a week. So, good starting wage. We've got no transfer budget, but a £2,300 a week wage budget. The agreed philosophies are to sign youth players for the first team and develop youth players from the academies. So at least we get the philosophies we wanted, and we have signed that. Here we are, it's Albion Rovers manager. So we're going to get us welcome to the club. We have transfer obligations, so it shows the players that's already coming in and going out. Let's have our welcome. Let's attend our meeting. Welcome to the Wee Rovers. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to welcome you to the club before handing you over to your assistant manager and let discuss staff responsibilities with you. I also want to assure you that the full backing is forward and we don't find you if we didn't know you the right person to tell the club for. Great, that's all I have to do for relegation. Albion Rovers obviously a club with a lot of history. No well information all the time. It's traditional to hold a press conference when signing a new manager. Yes, I'll meet the media. Thanks for answering my questions. I'm now going to hand the meeting over to your assistant. Thanks again for the introduction. Don't worry about setting up a meeting with Colin. I'll speak to staff. I don't want to go too into meetings, otherwise series is going to get really boring when you just see me doing press conferences and things every 5 weeks. So transfers, we have got Peter Morrison in from Motherwell, we have Aaron Reid in from St Mirren, and we have Matt Green in from Alloa. While we're here in Scotland, let me just take a look and see who there he is. What a legend. Anyway, back to the game. So, these guys, he's a goalkeeper, you know, a left back, right midfielder or one. Let's read injury update, no injuries, tactics induction. I don't want that yet. We'll deal with the tactics at a later date on some guys have managed to have input with me. Training, I am going to let my team staff deal with all of this. First team, yeah, staff can deal with all of that. So, these are our strengths and weaknesses for the club. You'll get this for the full club, and you'll also get it for players when you do a scout report. Let me just see if I can give you an example. So yeah, there you go. So Daniel Potts has pros and cons by himself, and then we have the full one for the team. So we've got high level acceleration and pace, which is good, like a fast team. Peter Morrison is the best of 3 keepers, he's one. Aaron Reid is one of 4 good options at left back. 4 options for left back, not really excessive. Ryan Walton is the best of 5 players available to play centre back. 5 centre backs. We need a very defensive formation, really, goalie defender. Peter Morrison is a very good option for goal. Aaron Reid represents the third point of left back. Ryan Walton is very good. Squad has a number of impressive decision makers. Have one of the best scouting teams in this competition, so we could do some good scouting there. Need more depth in central midfield, more than just Gary Fisher available to play on the left wing. That will depend on the tactics you guys pick for me and the players that I sign off the back of that. We like the quality of depth at right back. I'm going to assume we're going to end up with a formation where we do play with a right back, so I might need something I'll look at. Looking at our budgets, we've just got £65 a week left in the wage budget. We may need to be signing free transfers. It's a very small squad with a very little wage budget, so we could have quite a task on our hands here. Let's have a look at our matches. So we've got one friendly against Queen of the South, and then we jump into the Betfred Cup before we have another friendly against Collar United. The Betfred Cup, would I be right in assuming that is a friendly competition, or is this an actual Scottish competition? Anybody knows, please do let me know. I'm not fully up on my Scottish football. And then we jump into Ladbrokes League 2 season, Scottish Cup. So we start against Edinburgh City on the 4th of August. Introductory advice, make Graham Gracie the captain, open that. Make Gary Fisher the vice captain, open that. Set these up as free kick takers. And we'll go there. And then we get a scouting report. So we move on to the next day. Season expectations, so they want us to finish, stay in League 2. If we could get promoted, I'm sure that would be delighted. Reach the 3rd round of the Scottish Cup, be competitive in the Ironbrew Cup, and be competitive in the Betfred Cup. Look at this, this is actually a genuine cup then, not just a friendly competition. So they just want us to be competitive, which means not get whitewashed every week. Put together a report on the dynamics within the squad. We have a good atmosphere and very good managerial support. So this is basically the support of the players for me. So it may be early days, but the players are excited about the future. It could be you at the helm. This will go up and down depending on how we're playing. The influential players and the team leaders are the guys where if you upset them, so say I don't play Lewis Wilson, he gets unhappy and I transfer list him, that can then affect the full dressing room. So the team's support of me can be affected by how I treat these guys on this screen. So luckily for me, there's no real team leaders that I need to really watch. and then we get a social feed, which is just news updates on competitions and teams that they think will be interested. So like, they give me Barnsley because I've put down that I'm a Barnsley fan. They give us the updates on the cups in the competition, and it's suggesting to unfollow League One. So I'm going to hazard a guess here that Albion Rovers were relegated from League One last year, and that was a current subscription for the team. So that's our social feed, which comes up as like a Twitter feed. Oh, Christian, that's fun. Dave Robinson was bad decision. So you'll get updates from your fan bases, transfer rumours. It's basically what fans would be putting on likes of Twitter, but in a simulated environment. So Matt Green is happy that we've been hired, but Kieran Allen isn't. Then you get the Michael Graham, who is very neutral, and he's just waiting to see what we can do. And then the BBC Sport type breaking news. Squad dynamics. Introduce ourselves to the squad. I know that many of you may never have heard of me, so I'll first introduce myself to you as a new Albion Rovers manager. And then we get a good reaction from the players because they are happy that we're here. This is where we can then build up the team. Well, you've got to be careful, because if I turn around and say we're going to get promoted, they'll turn around to me and say that's unrealistic. But if you do say we're going to get drawn into relegation, then you could upset them because you're thinking you've been a little bit low on expectations of them. So I don't really want to go for the bottom one, because it says even if it means taking part in the relegation playoffs. Some people might think we're dead certain to go down, but we can prove them wrong. That says to me that I believe we might finish in the relegation playoff and have to survive that way. So what I'm going to go is go for a neutral and medium decision, which upset everyone. Do you really think we're capable of surviving, and Dubis can't be the only one? All 18 players think I'm being too ambitious, we wanted to stay up. So maybe we'll drop it and we'll go for the relegation playoffs. So my team basically expects us to finish in the relegation playoffs. We are really up against it here, guys. That's the sort of reaction I wanted. So as you can see, that boosts morale then. Now we'll move on to the next game. No current tactics being trained, so this is where we need to pick tactics very quickly so the training can be sorted. Tactical briefing. We shall skip that because we're letting our assistant take care of it. Move on to the next day. We're coming very close to the Queen of the South Friend, which is well in the video. This is our training week in review. Players who have done well, players who have done poorly. This will give us familiarity with the tactics that we pick. So the longer we train it and the longer we play it, the more familiar we'll come with it and the better we'll be at it. And then we just get a quick run, nice shiny pie chart of our training. As I said, the game is very in depth with these kinds of things. So we've got a press conference to introduce ourselves. That's the word I was looking for. I think failing to attend your first press conference in charge will really upset the press. Let's not upset the press, we know what they can do. So, hi Dave, what are your initial thoughts on taking the Albion Rovers job? I'm looking forward to getting to it, what to do, but I'm proud to be given this opportunity. Do you feel your ambitions for the club are matched by the chairman? Do our discussions often creative? Lots of good ideas floated, which promise good things for the future. You don't have much reputation to speak of. Many have expressed surprise that you have taken on as Albion Rovers manager. Can a little manager such as yourself really run a club like this? I consider myself entirely appropriate for this job. Every manager's got to build a reputation. Albion Rovers have been on a general downward curve for a little while now. Oh great. Can you get things moving in the right direction? Sometimes it just takes one change to spark turning fortunes. So everything is currently pointing towards we have taken on quite a task with this. Could be a very interesting season. Have you made any decisions regarding your backroom team? I don't expect you to open out doors for the support team. Nothing really. I don't expect to make sweeping changes, if any at all. Let's go with that one. What attracted me to Albion Rovers? They were the first club to offer me a job. Tremendous potential, let's go for that one. Does this squad have necessary quality for you to achieve your targets? Not particularly, no, but I don't want to tell you guys that. Have an inherent level of trust in their collective abilities, yes. Have you met the players yet? If so, what is the mood? They're excited for a fresh start and opportunity. What role can the supporters play? Well, as we all know, as football fans, they are 12 man. So let's go for that one. How far can you take this club? As far as performances allow. Neutral. How hard do you expect to work players in the training ground? I don't expect to work them hard at all. I expect the coaches to do that. We need to work smarter and harder. If everything's planned properly, we can ensure our players go to each match prepared. Yes. Well, some managers are famous for their handling approach. We need to maintain our reserve manner. I work best with players feel back. Last season was not one to remember. For Albion Rovers fans, how do you rate your chances? I'll bounce it straight back. Yes. So, as I said earlier, my suspicions, they were relegated. And it seems like the board expect us to get relegated again. Plenty of work to do before we can be sure of that. Often said that different managers favour different competitions. Will you be concentrating primarily on getting good results in the league? Yes, the league is my priority. But will you be looking towards the likes of Lewis and Player as a focal point? He's a tremendous player, apparently. So look at him. He's a good player. He's 22. We just signed him. Played 7 games for Edinburgh last year, and none for Blantyre Vicks the year before. But he has played for St Mirren in the Championship and the Premiership. So he knows what I want to see from me. Will Graham Gracie remain your captain? Yes. Will he have a chance at any age of freedom? Ooh. Well, I don't know who I want to sign, so I can't make any comments on my transfer policy. And that is our press conference. So we've made it to game day. It's the first pre-season friendly, and in a week's time we will be playing Hamilton in the Cup. So I'm going to end the video here. If people would like to point me in the way of a tactic they'd like to see me use, please do that in the comments below. If not, I will try to find a reasonable formation ready for the next video. Like I said earlier on, if you would like to see me bring in the extra rule of I will apply for a job at the end of every season, please do. Let me know if you want me to do that or not. I might prefer to stay with, say, these at the end of the season if I don't get offered another job, just for element of consistency. But applying for a new job might put some sort of variation in its into the series, so it just depends what you guys would like prefer to see. If you've enjoyed the video, please do leave a like down below, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in episode 2 of our Albion Rovers career.